Wetangula. 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 Marende. Marende. Wetangula. 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 Marende. Wetangula. 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 Spoiled. Marende. Wetangula. Marende. Marende. Wetangula. Wetangula. Marende. Marende. Wetangula. Marende. Wetangula. Marende. Marende. Wetangula. Wetangula. Marende. Marende. Wetangula. 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 Marende. Wetangula. Marende. 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 Wetangula. 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 Marende. Wetangula. Marende. Marende. Wetangula. Please open the second ballot for me.
Now open.
This one is spoiled. Hadi. Rejected, eh? It's there. Rejected. Marende. Wetangula. 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 Marende. Marende. Rejected.
No, there is a mark there. Iko sawa.
Disputed.
No, iko sawa. No, it is completely full. Iko
Disputed.
sawa.
Disputed.
It can't be disputed.
Disputed. Wetangula. Wetangula. Marende. Wetangula. Wetangula. Marende. 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 Wetangula. 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 Marende. Wetangula. Wetangula. Marende. Marende. Wetangula. Marende. Wetangula, 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 Marende, Marende, Wetangula, 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 Marende, 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 Wetangula, Wetangula, Marende, Wetangula, Marende, Wetangula, Marende, Wetangula, Marende, Wetangula, 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 Marende, Marende, Wetangula, Marende, Marende, Wetangula, 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 Marende, Wetangula, Wetangula, Marende, Wetangula, Marende, Wetangula,
How many marks across? Swali. Pamoja. 1 mark.
Wetangula, Marende, Wetangula, 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 Marende, Wetangula, 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 Marende, Wetangula, Wetangula, Marende, Wetangula, Marende, Wetangula, Marende, Wetangula, 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 Marende, Wetangula, Wetangula, Marende, Marende, Wetangula, 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 Marende, Marende, Wetangula, Marende, Wetangula, Marende, 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 Wetangula, Wetangula, Marende, Wetangula, Marende, Wetangula, 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 Marende. There's a small piece here
It's part of the other one.
that seems to be part of this.
Yes.
I will leave it to the tellers.
No, it is part of that. It's all of this out. It is, yes. It is complete. Okay, let us argue that. It is
Thank you.
complete.
We will call it disputed. In the meantime, we will do the tally.
But why can't we sort it out? That is part of that.
It is the returning officer will sort.
Okay.
Sorry, I needed to show you that there's nothing there.
Okay.
I needed to show you there's nothing there.
I've seen it on behalf of DJ. I've seen on your behalf. There is nothing.
So, disputed. Hold it. With it. All members, please push behind. Please push behind. We will start counting. I will start with Honorable Marendo. Tell us.
Yes.
Tell us, officers.
I'm here.
Do I have your permission?
Yes.
And I say, hey, Honorable TJ, I am starting, and when I count, I'll return it back. So this is for Honorable Marende.
Okay.
This is for Honorable Marende. Honorable Mbaya, please. You're not a teller. So we start.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29, 28, sorry, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130.
For Marende.
That's for Marende. 130. Please get envelopes. Seal these papers on envelope. Don't seal yet because we'll use the boxes. We're going to use those boxes. Don't seal. Don't seal. Okay. Wetangula. We're counting for Honorable Wetangula, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48,
49. That is 49. The one you've dropped now is 49.
Sure?
Yes.
49.
So you are going to 50, yeah.
Okay. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. Let's hold on. Right? This is 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 129, 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139, 140, 141, 142, 143, 144, 145, 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 159, 160, 161, 162, 163, 164, 165, 166, 167, 168, 169, 170, 171, 172, 173, 174, 175, 176, 177, 178, 179, 180, 181, 182, 183, 184, 185, 186, 187, 188, 189, 190, 191, 192, 193, 194, 195, 196, 197, 198, 199, 200, 201, 202, 203, 204, 205, 206, 207, 208, 209, 210, 211, 212, 213, 214. Tell us for Wetangula.
It is there. That is it. 214.
214. And that. Is that the same number you have?
The same number.
Same number? Good. Now we have one disputed.
One disputed.
We have one disputed. So we'll ask
agree.
So I'll ask the tellers. So
I think we can agree, DJ. It is okay. Okay. Yes, agreed.
for who?
Wetangula.
For Wetangula.
Yes. So it becomes 215.
So for Wetangula is how many?
215.
250. For Marende?
130.
Spoil votes.
1.
This one.
Rejected.
Rejected vote.
1.
1. Abstention.
0.
Abstention.
Nobody recorded.
So let's do the tally. Yes, sir.
Can they register?
Can the officers,
This comes to 340,
the officers who are the register,
345, 346.
Ms. Maritim, Mr. Finley, Ms. Maritim,
This comes to 346. $346 meaning you have 3 members who did not vote.
Mr. Tiampati, how many? Your list.
Okay.
346. Ms. Maritim, where is the list
Susan,
that you are cancelling with Mr. Finley?
so one has not been sworn in, one is sick, and then the other one?
One is not on the Ms. Maritim, Mr. Finley, Morioki. Yes?
Honorable members, order please. Order, please take your seats. Honorable members, please take your seats. Honorable members, please take your seats so that I can guide the House on the next course of action. Honorable members, as earlier mentioned, Standing Order number 7.1 provides that a person shall not be elected as Speaker unless supported in a ballot by the votes of 2/3 of all the members. That is, unless supported in our case by the votes of 233 members. Honorable members, it is clear from these results that none of the candidates has met the threshold required under Standing Order 7.1 to secure the first round of the win. Now, I say this because in the results that I have with me, the results are as follows. Yes. The Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula has scored 215 votes for this first ballot, while the Honorable Kenneth Otiato Marende has scored 130 votes. So the total number of valid votes cast is 345. We have one spoiled vote. We have no, yes. We have one abstention. We have no abstention. So the total number of votes that were cast, or the total number of votes, is 346. This is signed by the tellers, the Honorable T.J. Kajwang, MP, and the Honorable Dr. Robert Pukose, MP. Given this scenario, we do not have a clear winner. What ordinarily ought to happen is that this should take us into the remit of Standing Order number 7.2, which provides that if no candidate is supported by the votes of 2/3 of all members, as has happened in this election, a fresh election shall be held. And in that election, the only candidates shall be the candidate or candidates who received the highest number of votes in the ballot referred to in paragraph 1. In this case, the Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula. And the candidate or candidates who in that ballot receive the next highest number of votes, in this case, the Honorable Kenneth Otiato Marende. Indeed, there are no other candidates, as you are aware. Honorable members, we should therefore be proceeding to the next round of ballot. However, I have, please take your seats, honorable members, the members at the bar, take your seats. Please take your seats. However, I have received a written communication from one of the candidates, namely the Honorable Kenneth Otiato Marende, indicating that he does not wish to proceed to the next round of ballot. Honorable members, this communication is witnessed by the member for Suna East, the Honorable Junet Mohammed. In the circumstances, honorable members, noting that there is no other candidates to compete with the Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula, I now take this opportunity to declare that the Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula stands elected as the Speaker of the National Assembly. Honorable members, please take your seats. Honorable members, please take your seats. Please take your seats. Please take your seats. So, honorable members, now having declared the Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula elected as the Speaker of the National Assembly of the 13th Parliament, I now direct the Chief Sergeant at Arms to search for the said Moses Masika Wetangula, identify and present him before me here in the assembled house, so that he may take and subscribe to the oath of office of a Speaker in accordance with the Constitution. Chief Sergeant at Arms, proceed.
Madam Clerk, following your instructions. Madam Clerk, following your instructions, I now present to you Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula.
Congratulations, Mheshimiwa. Yes. Honorable members, I will now proceed to administer the oath of office to the Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula. Would you like to swear or to affirm?
Swear.
Swear with the Bible?
With the Bible.
English or Kiswahili?
Whichever. English.
Please proceed. And
I, Moses Francis Masika Wetangula, having been elected as Speaker of the National Assembly, do swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people and the Republic of Kenya, that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge my duties as Speaker of the National Assembly, that I will obey, respect, uphold, preserve, protect, and defend this Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, and that I will do right to all manner of persons in accordance with this Constitution of Kenya and the laws and conventions of Parliament without fear or favor, affection, or ill will. So help me God. Thank you.
now proceed to subscribe to the oath of office by signing the oath. Please.
Honorable Speaker, congratulations on your election as the 8th Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya, on whom falls the greatest responsibility of guardianship of the authority of this House. I do wish you well and commend that you submit to the will of the House. As you assume the office and embark on discharging the duties of the Speaker, I trust that you will find this set of past rulings by your predecessors most useful. Congratulations, Mr. Speaker. Go.
I want to go there. Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly, congratulations. Please do take charge of your house now. Honorable members, the Honorable Speaker presiding.
I see. Order, honorable members. Order. Honorable members, the Clerk of the National Assembly, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to express my heartfelt gratitude to the honorable members here assembled for the high honor that you have bestowed upon me by electing me as the Speaker of this august House. I accept and submit to your will, and I'm ready to serve as the 8th Speaker of the National Assembly since our independence. I commend all the citizens who expressed interest in becoming your Speaker by formally returning their nomination papers and laud the efforts of my worthy opponent in today's election, the Honorable Kenneth Otiato Marende, who also happens to have been one of my distinguished predecessors, having served as the 7th Speaker. My other distinguished predecessors include Sir Humphrey Slade, the Honorable Frederick Mbiti Gideon Mati, the Honorable Moses Kiprono Arap Keino, the Honorable Professor Kimetet Arap Ngeno, the Honorable Kausai Francis Xavier Olekaparo, and my immediate predecessor, the Honorable Justin Beda Njoka Muturi. I am eternally humbled and extremely privileged to now occupy this hallowed seat. Honorable members, when I look at you and visualize the grueling campaigns you have all undergone, I must say that I am proud of all of you for ultimately making it to this house a dream for everybody. I commend you. I'm delighted to note that over 55% of members of the last parliament have been re-elected. Of this category, 24 of you served in the previous parliaments. Your re-election demonstrates the confidence that the citizenry has in the leaders that they elect to this house. Spurred by this, we should therefore be confident that if we are true to our oath or affirmation of office and responsive to the needs of our people who are sovereign, we will always be the people's house. Allow me at this point, honorable members, to single out and congratulate part of the leadership of the last previous parliaments who have made it back to this House. These include the Honorable Aden Duale, who was the leader of the majority party in the 11th Parliament and the larger part of the 12th Parliament. My felicitations also go to the Honorable John Mbadi, the immediate former leader of the minority party, and his former deputy minority leader, the Honorable Robert Mbui. Permit me too to recognize the Honorable Farah Maalim, who served as the deputy speaker in the 10th Parliament. My congratulations also extend to the Honorable Emmanuel Wangwe, the immediate former majority whip, the Honorable Junet Mohammed, the immediate former minority party whip, and the Honorable Jessica Mbalu, a former member of the Presidium. I welcome you back to the service of this House. Honorable members, the National Assembly of the 11th Parliament had 68 female members. That number increased to 76 in the last Parliament. Today, this 13th Parliament has seen the number rise to 82, with 29 women having been elected to represent single-member constituencies. This increase is a significant step towards achieving the aspiration of the gender parity in representation as desired by our 2010 Constitution. I wish to single out the Honorable Millie Odhiambo, who is now serving her 4th consecutive term. I salute you, Member for Suba North, for your resilience and continued service to our nation. Particular mention also goes out to the Honorable Lynette Toto Chepkorir, member for Bomet County, who at the age of 24 is the youngest member of the 13th Parliament. Mheshimiwa, you are a great inspiration to the youthful leaders of this country, and we wish you well. I'm also reminded of the premium that our society now places on the leadership qualities of persons living with disabilities when I see seated in this chamber the Honorable Timothy Wanyonyi Wetangula, my young sibling and a leader in his own right. He now commences his 3rd term consecutive as a member of Parliament and is ably joined by the Honorable Rose Museo, serving her 2nd term, the Honorable 3rd term, the Honorable Joseph Samal Lomwa, who was here before and has come back for a 2nd term, the Honorable Jackson Kipkemoi Kosgei, and the Honorable Martin Pepela Wanyonyi. You are a great inspiration and a beacon of inclusive leadership in our great country despite the odds. Honorable members, I also do recognize and acknowledge the Honorable Samuel Moroto, the Honorable Adan Kainan, the Honorable Gonsirai, who are currently embarking on their 5th terms, thus becoming what we refer to in the parliamentary parlance as the fathers of the House. Their parliamentary experience shall enrich the deliberations and output of this House. Honorable members, for those who served in the 12th Parliament, you will recall that the standing orders were reviewed before the final adjournment of the House. Notably, the standing orders now allow for co-sponsorship of legislative proposals and bills by members. Members of this House shall also be able to co-sponsor bills with senators and vice versa, where an unidentified member shall be in charge of steering debate on a Senate bill in this House. This, in my view, is a progressive addition to the procedures of the House. Honorable members, the revision of the standing orders in the 12th Parliament also increased the number of the committees of the House. New committees include the Diaspora Affairs and Migrant Workers Committee, the Public Petitions Committee, the Public Debt and Privatization Committee, and the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee. These changes and many others to the standing orders shall strengthen and streamline the workings of Parliament. Honorable members, my predecessor, the Honorable Justin Muturi, in his acceptance speech after being re-elected as Speaker for the 12th Parliament, undertook to implement a paperless system in the House. This was in line with the strategic pillar 4 of the Parliamentary Service Commission Strategic Plan 2019 to 2030 on the implementation of an e-Parliament by automating and digitizing all systems and processes. In this regard, I urge you all to be friends with the electronic gadgets in this House and in the committees. Honorable members, speaking of the Honorable Justin Muturi, what many of you may not know is that he's not just my predecessor. He was my roommate at the University of Nairobi, at the School of Law. He was also my classmate. He is my age mate and a longtime friend. We made our debut in Parliament together in the 7th Parliament. We were appointed earlier in our years as magistrates on the same date. Indeed, I do not know whether to call it fate, sheer coincidence, or maybe it's God's plan, but whatever it is, our paths in life have always met, and today they meet again. Indeed, although once in a while we have found ourselves in different political sides, our friendship with the Honorable Muturi goes back many years, and I'm therefore honored today to take over from my dear friend. Honorable members, the Honorable Justin Muturi shall be remembered for the great legacy and reforms he leaves behind, and you do not have to look further, just look around. Members who have previously served in this House can attest to this. Members of the 13th Parliament shall move into the new modern offices in the tall brown building you may have seen at the corner of the Parliamentary Square, a project that was well executed under Honorable Muturi's leadership. As the chairperson of the